what's going on? I'm Boogaloo, and this is another episode of Stay Dangerous. I got my dog G Perico in the motherfucking building today, y'all. What's happening, G?
What's up, doggy?
G, my nigga, man. I really fucks with G.
Yeah.
G, who is G Perico? I ain't gonna ask you too hard questions.
A lot of different things, man.
Not too hard.
A man.
Definitely.
Entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Artist.
Man, your grind is like unmatched right now, dog. Definitely unmatched. I want to start from the beginning though, man. I want to start from like the childhood. You know, like, did you grow up in a 2-parent household, or was it you and just moms?
Nah, shit. Me, granny, moms.
Pops gone?
Yeah.
Passed away or
Died. Headed out of jail. Doing this thing.
My pops died when I was like 6 years old, bro. 6 years old, and when he passed away, I didn't even know that was my pops. Like, I didn't even know the nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? But I seen the nigga like one time. I had that kind of like feeling, but Miles didn't clarify. He wasn't really around like that. But you know, he died of some little health problems or some shit like that. So you know how that go. Nigga depend on the big homies for guidance. You know what I mean? After that.
Yeah, that's for sure what it was for me. Cause I could count on my hand how many times I seen my pops to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My pops was like a player type nigga too. Like, he used to like pull up on my stepmom. He used to pull up on her with like bitches in the car and shit already. And you know, my mama was young. He used to give her like $200-$300 to go to the mall, and she ain't ask no questions. You know what I mean? But we more alike than I knew. You know what I mean? My uncles and shit always tell niggas stories and shit. You went to school in your section? Any other schools?
Lock, Goppers. And then I got a school bus too. So I went to schools on the west side too.
So you went to Lock, Gomper?
I went to school by the B. I went to 98. You know what I'm saying? I went to private school.
I went to
a gang of schools. I been to a gang of schools.
How was that like? That transition going to a private school from going to public school?
I ain't think nothing about it.
You think nothing about it?
I ain't think nothing about it. I was getting in trouble too much, so it was like, I guess they was like, we finna stop paying for this shit.
Yeah, so.
Like I remember I brought my uncle gun to school, in like the first grade.
Did you get caught with it?
Got cracked with it. Yeah, some nigga told on me. I remember they picked it up with a pencil. I remember that shit vividly. I don't remember the exact plays, but I remember I showed a nigga, and then next thing you know, all the teachers coming.
He told.
It was like at summer day camp school, but at the private school. And yeah, they picked it up with a pencil, and then I don't remember going back to that school.
Deuce?
And it was like a Beretta, some kind of Beretta.
Oh, that motherfucker was a nice size.
Yeah.
What grade was that?
First grade. It was like the summer of first grade.
Was your hands big enough to even grip that motherfucker?
That motherfucker
that's how I started off too.
That motherfucker was big. I seen it at the house because my uncle used to have all his homies over there and shit, and everybody in the, I had one of them cracking houses. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody be there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just into all kind of shit. And I seen it, I'm like, ooh. And I threw it in my bag the night before. You know what I'm saying? I seen it by the couch. All these niggas was in the house and shit. They smoking. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I went to school with it in my skate bag. I took some skates, the gun, some other toys and shit. Yeah, got cracked with it. And then nobody, when I came home, I never got whooped or nothing. Like, moms done slap me a couple times and shit, but maybe twice.
It wasn't no hard consequence, so.
Yeah, I never got in trouble for nothing, bro. Never got no whooping, nothing. Nigga,
so you
I
think
just did whatever the fuck I wanted to do.
So that's what kept a nigga on that kind of on that journey.
Yeah, and nobody said nothing to me when I came home about the gun. Nobody said nothing.
That's crazy.
At all.
I used to be frontlining with big guns. 4.5s and all that shit. I don't even think I was able to shoot it.
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
God nobody like came through. I'm
Me
sure
too.
was gonna try.
I used to steal my granny gun on 111. I used to steal that, go up to school with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that.
I went to private school too. I went to I played football and shit. I was like, like a track star, played football and shit. So 10th grade, my 9th grade I went to Gardena. My 10th grade I went to the school called St. John Bosco.
Yeah.
That shit was like $500 a month. You know what I mean? Just for tuition and that motherfucker. But everybody's parents was like CEOs and shit. They own grocery stores or they own enterprise. You know what I mean? Car dealership or some shit like that. Bro, I hated it. Like literally hated it. Cause look, if you go to a school like Gardena, where the bitches is wearing stilettos. Like if they going to a club, the bitches wearing stilettos to school. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Gardena was like a fashion show, like Carson, Westchester, shit
I
like
went
that.
to Westchester for a few days.
You feel me? So from going from that to a private school that's like an all boys school, and y'all wearing like uniforms and shit, and you got a fucking sister school that's like 2 miles away, bro. I was in hell, dog. I didn't even want to play football no more because of the shit. Really, like I didn't really give a fuck about that shit.
That's how I felt when I checked into Washington. Like I walked through that motherfucker.
Wasn't that like a gag bang?
And they was like, it was gang stats up there, but you had to tuck your shirt in. You can't wear white t-shirts. At the time, that's all I did every day, new white t-shirt. And I'm like, damn, I can't wear no white shirt. I gotta tuck my shirt in. This shit don't get out till 3:30. I'm used to 2:45. Mm-hmm. Like as if that was a big difference. You know, when you young, like
make a difference when you young.
Nigga, I went for the first day, stayed the whole day, and then it's like ain't none of our allies up there and shit. So I'm like, I'm dolo, and then I'm used to being at school where it's all my homies and niggas we fuck with. Mm-hmm. So I'm up there, I'm like miserable up there, like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Standing by myself, hollering at little bitch. The first day was long as fuck. Mm-hmm. The second day, I don't even know why I went up there, bro. I walked through the front gate and then jumped the back gate on Normandy and walked back to the hood.
Fuck you.
And then go back there.
When you young thugging and shit, a wise man once told me, he said, you say your crew that you hanging with, right? He say, one of y'all go die, somebody go get life, and one of y'all go snitch. Yeah. And everything he said all came to fruition. Have you been through similar situations?
Hell yeah, my whole crew like dead and got life or smoked out. And then it's like we ain't really got no snitch niggas that's like directly in the crew. Mm-hmm. But like, it's like, you know how the hood is. It's like a gang of different crews. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their own
so it's
clique
like
that they hang
it's
with.
certain crews that like we clicked with and became one, and there's niggas that we clicked with that then told that was, I would say that's part of the crew. Yeah, we got like one specific nigga that like they wired up and did all the didn't just write a statement and point. The nigga was wearing wires like on some predator shit, getting niggas jammed up and shit. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, he didn't get me. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I remember one nigga we thought was wearing a wire, but his ankle brace was beeping. The homies beat his ass, dog. It was for no reason at the end of the day. It was for no reason at the end of the day, dog. Hey, so you ever thought you'd be rapping and shit though?
Hell nah.
That shit was like clear. Nigga was thugging on the block. Nigga ain't.
My plans wasn't to rap. Nigga, my plans was to be in the hood, have some cars and shit, a few spots. You know what I'm saying, and just be moving the homies. Like, that's it. That was like my only goal in life. That's it, nigga.
Are you a Virgo?
Nah, Aries.
You know why I asked that? Somebody told me.
My brother rest in peace, of Virgo.
Somebody told me, your whole like career plan is like planned out for 2 years already, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's like Virgo type shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, where do you get that from? Like, just
that's
planning ahead? Is that what keeps you ahead of these motherfuckers or what?
Yeah, that's how I operate now. I used to just be in the moment because it's like, nigga, shit, nigga gonna get killed or get life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was like it. Like, that was the option. So it's like, nigga, we
It's
doing
not
everything
working.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow, I don't know, like through the grace of God, the universe and everything, like a motherfucker got an opportunity. But it's like, really, like after my homie Coleon got killed, after Pooh got killed,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, nigga, man, I don't want to be around here with these niggas like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? No offense to nobody, but
Mm-hmm.
like I just wasn't feeling the scene like that no more.
What led you to start rapping and shit?
Shit, my uncle, it was really like the only other option. It's like, nigga, I done sold dope, pimped, and all that, and been balling on them levels, but
Mm-hmm.
like a nigga just kept going to jail. Like, I wasn't a good criminal at all. Like, I was a terrible criminal. You know what I mean? So, my only other option that I felt at the time, which was around me, was a gang studio. It was a studio in my house. Like, when I took the gun, that's what niggas was doing at my house. My uncle was making beats and had all these niggas over there.
It was only right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I grew up around music and shit, you know what I mean? And, you know, at the time, it wasn't how it was now, like a million rappers everywhere. Like, if it was right now, I'd probably, like, go against the grain. All these niggas rapping, I'm gonna do something else. Fuck this. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, it was always a route by life, like, as far as I can remember.
So when you first started off, like a lot of people, like a lot of niggas, like say like me, right? If I became a rapper, when I first started off, I'm gonna be like straight like gang banged out music, and then I'm gonna venture off the shit that's everybody can listen to. Is that the way that you started off as well?
Yeah, I started doing gang raps. Like, my first rap was rapping about getting put on the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't trying to rap, though. You know what I mean?
You was just telling life stories, basically.
Yeah. But I just did one song, but it wasn't, like, fashionable. Like, it's like I'm around, like, extreme gangbangers, like, and I'm one of them. So it's like, that shit wasn't cool to be called a rapper. Like, for me, at least, with all the shit I've been doing, like, it's kind of like an insult. Like, nigga, I'm
especially that generation back then. Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of like, if I'd have been like, just more on, like my own thing, like on some man shit, I probably have been like cracking 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm following the pack. I'm doing my own thing within the pack, but still, like, I wasn't mentally strong enough to be able to deal with all the shit. It's like, nigga, I still gotta be active, still gotta do all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause the nigga don't, like, the last thing a nigga wanna be on is the chopping block. And my homies is like vicious. They go beat the shit out of you, nigga. It all kind of shit. And I always told myself, nigga, I ain't finna be one of them niggas getting socked on. Never in life. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. So when you were going that route with your homies, did that teach you about the music industry a little bit? And you got the knowledge before you went your own route? Or
nobody
nobody
was doing shit. Like, it was a studio in the hood, but like, nobody, all we learning is street shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? How to, nigga, sell dope, rob, pimp. Nigga, like, the things that a nigga get dope. Like, that's it. Like, it wasn't no other, like, nobody really had no vision that was older than me. Like, nigga had the ideal of, damn, nigga, do something bigger than this and break up out of it. That's right, homie, do your thing. But it wasn't no education on nothing because ain't nobody know shit. You know what I mean?
So, what's the bumps and bruises you had to go to learn the shit on your own? As far as the shit that you know now, you feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you know way more now. You seem like you way more put together.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm about as,
you about as sharp as I done seen it. To the point to where you even giving other motherfuckers game about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to, like, the same way I was, like, knowledgeable on the street shit and all the gangs and how to do this and how to do that. Yeah, I'm the same way with the music shit right now. Like, the hustle of it. Man, shit, the nigga had to, it's just like anything else. Like, you know, making your name in the streets and learning, like, it's just a process of, you know, figuring it out. Like, all right, I know niggas listening to music, how they listen to it. At the time when I started, it was 10 years ago. When I got out of jail, it was like the ass end of the CDs. So, alright, get CDs. And I'm not realizing, like, I gotta have vision to be able to look at what's next. Like, you do what's right now, but what's next, though? You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I wasn't even tuned into the world. I'm still tuned into the hood. I'm not realizing, like, nigga, CDs is really a thing of the past.
It is.
Like, the future is the streaming and all that.
Yeah, there's no cars take CDs.
Yeah, so I came in already behind. But it was like, you know, that shit kind of helped me get around people and just start learning. You know what I mean? Like, people were seeing the CD everywhere, printed like 10,000, passed them out everywhere. I ain't sell none of them. And then another 10, and you know what I mean? And that started getting me in a mix around people. You know what I mean? And I just started learning from seeing shit and doing shit.
You speak about the future. Do you think that AI shit is the future? Have you heard about that shit?
Yeah, artificial intelligence. Yeah, that is the future.
Would you invest in it?
This phone is AI, pretty much.
Does it don't scare you a little bit that I seen motherfuckers like fake conversations having? Like a motherfucker can call me right now and act like my daughter and be like, I'm outside, daddy come pick me up, and it's not even your daughter.
Yeah.
That's the shit that kind of like scared me about it.
Yeah, I done got phone calls, like, I remember I was getting into it with my girl and she calling from, it looked like it's my daughter's phone number. I'm answering it. It's her. But, yeah, I mean, a motherfucker can't be scared of what's, like, really going on. Like, it ain't as scary as, like, the first time a nigga was knowing that he was going to the pen and all that, or like nigga going to put in work and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Or just stepping outside, like, in shootouts and shit, and getting shot and shit. Like, it ain't scary as that. It's the, you know, motherfucker gotta know what's going on in order to, like, decide where you gonna fit at in the world and in life and what you gonna do with your life. So, like, I don't, you know, it is what it is. The motherfucker gotta be ready to, you know,
gotta be ready to adapt.
Yeah.
You speak about investments. I just know that you're a person that's about investments and stuff. Would you invest into the AI shit?
Yeah, hell yeah, if it makes sense, for sure. I don't invest in anything that makes sense.
Yeah, they say, what's the basketball player nigga, man, that fuck with one of the Kardashians, but he like a crackhead now. Yeah, they say he put all his money into that shit.
Oh yeah,
that was probably the smartest thing that nigga ever did. So look, I was listening to a song, right? It said something about me and Dave Gross buying all the land, right?
Yeah. So
is Dave Gross the nigga that tried to buy the Crenshaw Mall?
Yeah, for sure. He part of the investment group. And like, he one of the faces of it, and they tried to buy the mall for I think $100 million. They had $100 million to buy it, and they didn't sell them the mall. They sold it to somebody else for cheaper. They sold it to a developer.
That's weak.
I want to say he like a Jewish dude or like a regular white dude. He bought it. He a developer. So what he do is, like, he buy used properties, and then he do the blueprint of the future of the property. And then he sell the blueprints and the property for like double. You know what I'm saying? He don't do nothing to it but just design it and then sell it to the next developer. You know what I mean? Like, it's a gang of people that's like fucking with Dave. Like, I learned a lot of shit. Like, it's a gang of like billionaires out here buying up LA. Like, somebody just bought the Dorset Village, and I want to say, like, they either said 100. They said a lot of acres behind the Dorset Village. You know, right there in 60 Hood on Slauson.
The dude that bought it for his daughter.
Yeah, he bought it for his daughter as a gift to her. You know what I mean? And they gonna move everybody out, tear it down, and build some shit up. Even the Crenshaw Mall, they about to tear that down, put restaurants, office, like living and all that. And then they building like sound stages like around the jungles. Like, LA about to change, but, you know, I'm looking to be a part of it. But like my passion is my hood and my area, so I just been buying shit around there. You know what I mean?
So you invested around the area with the gym.
Yeah.
And do you invest in like kind of like real estate properties and stuff?
No, for sure. I own the property.
Mm-hmm.
I own the property, or the 100 the Broadway boxing gym, like the whole building and shit. Like with me, Dave, and Smoke,
mm-hmm.
like a collaborative purchase. You know what I'm saying? Because I think where niggas be losing at is motherfuckers don't do group economics, and you know, a lot of people from where we from just sour of either shit they saw or shit that their family did, scandalous shit like with granny house and shit like that. So you know, people don't like working together, but like that's where all the strength come at in the community.
In numbers.
And that's why the black community kind of weak. Like outside of the gang shit, like it's just like niggas don't practice group economics. You know what I'm saying? And then I just bought another property in the hood. You know what I mean? But what I learned is like I'm gonna just start keeping my purchases under my hat, because when I bought the building, I thought niggas would love it. It's like, gee, nigga, he done did everything that he was supposed to do on this street shit, and you know, he one of us. You know what I'm saying? There's so many niggas hating, not to my face.
It was the opposite.
But like I just heard like that just a gang of punk ass chatter like that really fucked me up.
Ain't that weird though?
Yeah, it really fucked me up, because it's like, damn, I'm one of this niggas around here that like then marked the game and did whole shit like that's like floating around, and I'm one of the guys, and I'm hearing hater shit. So you know, I'm just making a lot more silent moves now. I thought it would inspire niggas to want to do their shit, but you know.
Yeah, that'd be the fucked up part, bro. I want to back it up a little bit. So, like, the motherfuckers, Dave Gross and them tried to get the Crenshaw Mall, right? So, how you feel about them having enough money for it, but instead selling it for cheaper? Like, if they don't want us.
Nah, they don't. Nah, they don't want niggas to have like big shit, cause there's power in that, bro. Like, it's power in owning, like, you know, something that big. You know what I mean? Because like it get deep, bro. Like in this city, that's why I'm trying to buy a lot of property in my area, because in all these areas, bro, with this gentrification and all this, and they trying to rebuild the city. Like, you know, whoever owned the most shit is basically like whoever controlling the budget for that the city got for rebuilding and shit, and they got hundreds of millions for every area: Compton, Watts, Long Beach, all these different areas, and you know, whoever owned the most shit, you know, they definitely in touch with city council and these different people, mayors and all that, and it's like, hey, look, you own all this over here. We got 100 million. Can you build some shit up and make it look better? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. Give me the check. You know what I'm saying? And let me run it up. So, you know, they don't want like niggas like in control of that much, especially like somebody like Dave that's actually still connected to the community. You know what I mean?
They don't want to see that, man. I heard right now is the best time to buy property too as well. Heard it's about to like kind of go up.
It's like it's like the interest rate's like super high right now, like extremely high. So, like even Dave, like it's kind of shitty right now in real estate as far as people purchasing. You know what I mean? Cause he sell and buy, but you know, either way it go, I feel like any time is a good time to buy property. You know what I mean? Cause
I mean, America for sale. Yeah. I mean, all this land.
And they not building no more land, so. You know, just having the asset, you'll be able to do something with it as long as you got a plan. But I feel like, for me personally, bro, it's more important for me. Like, I ain't bought a house that I live in yet. You know what I mean? Like, I buy shit like income property. You know what I mean? And I just rent at least where I stay at until I find like a crazy deal. And then I buy it, because it's like, man, what's the point of me owning a house, right? This is how I look at it. And if for any reason, like, you know, life go left and I can't afford to pay the mortgage or the property tax, I'm gonna lose it. You know what I mean?
Bank take it from you.
Right. So I'd rather set up like an economy to where it's like, all right, I own all these properties that's cutting profits, and these properties could pay for my living. You know what I mean? And I just have longevity. You know what I mean? 'Cause I done watched so many people like buy houses, buy their dream home, and then life don't go right for whatever reason, and they lose it. And them big investments, bro. So
Yeah,
I recommend to have. It's more important to have the cash flow than just somewhere to.
Because people take out equity out of it until they can't afford it no more.
Right.
And then it's over.
Yeah, you gotta have a plan. Like if you're gonna get it, at least have a plan. Like, all right, I'm buying something for under market value. I got some money to remodel. I'm gonna have $200,000-300,000 in equity, and I could take that and do other shit as opposed to.
Would it be smarter to take the equity and go get another one?
Right, as opposed to just living. So like, I just recommend just have a plan with whatever you purchasing. Don't just be like, oh, I bought a house and then that's the end of it all. You still gotta pay the bills, and they come fast as a motherfucker too.
Straight the fuck up. All right, back to the music. So, all right, so like, say like the up and coming artists, right? We talking to them right now. Would it be best for them to kind of like, when they get in venues, to get smaller venues, because it'll look good that it's a smaller venue, but you settled it out though?
Yeah, it look way better to have a sold out crowd and people not able to get in, as opposed to having some shit like, people came, but it wasn't all. It was cool, like what I'm saying. You wanted to be like, damn, that shit was packed. A gang of people was trying to get in and couldn't get in. It just, the perception of everything just create a bigger demand.
The perception,
and you might do a venue that's 500. Sold out, everybody can't get in. Then you go to a venue that's, say you in a venue that's 2,500, but you got fucking 1,000 people there, but it's not filled up. The nigga with the 500 got the better look and the better situation. You know what I'm saying?
And when he do the videos and all that shit, it's gonna look way more popping.
Right, and then just the demand is like, man, the show was crazy. Word of mouth is gonna double up numbers. You know what
Word
I mean?
of mouth is he sold it out. Word of mouth ain't the size of the venue. Is he sold that motherfucker out. Right.
And there's gonna be more people trying to get into the next shit. You know what I'm saying? And you got, your cards is better than, you may have had more people in a bigger venue, but it just don't. It was like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Ain't really no draw.
When you was first starting out rapping this shit, was it somebody that took you under their wing and took you on tour?
Nah.
Nobody?
Nah.
So you showing that love to other artists is just...
I've been on tour. I've been on tour with Freddie though, but that wasn't like taking under your wing. It's just like, nigga, you can sell some tickets. Come on, you know what I'm saying? But nobody like really embraced me like that. And it's, when you coming into the music shit, the shit people ask behind the scenes is crazy. It's like, oh yeah, I got this dude. Is he a real one? Yeah, hell yeah. He from Broadway? Oh man, they trouble. This, that, and the other. So, it been a lot of motherfuckers that like prefer to stay away from a nigga. You know what I mean?
You would think a motherfucker would be used to it because it's, nigga, we in LA. I mean, everybody thugging. You know what I mean? But,
and then,
weird. Well, I mean, at the same time, some niggas do come 40, 50 deep and they homies do fuck up the venue.
I done had scenarios like that. Like, when I first started doing shows, I didn't have fans, right? So like you said, the illusion of everything, right? So I get the venue and then I'd be like, all right, we fuck with I got the Broadway, 50s and 100s. I got all them, we deep. I got the homies from the South, you know what I mean? And then I was fucking with Indian Blue at the time, so we had Insane. So it was just like a gangster party, like a crib party. But I'm performing there, and it looked crazy because we in there deep, homegirls, different bitches that the homies fuck with and everything. So it looked good, you know what I mean? And eventually I had to transition to where it was like, all right, I can't bring all the gang members out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta really start getting real fans. But like, it was a great look and a great conversation with me, covering the city with the CDs and the different marketing and all that. So it looked real good coming out, you know what I'm saying? But like the point that I was trying to make, I had a party, all the homies, you know what I'm saying? All the, allies and shit. And dude, like, man, I'm surprised that this shit went well because I don't know, for whatever reason, I had like a fucked up name by being, cause they asked if you real for a reason. Like they rather fuck with the niggas that's pretendo because they know like the problems that they have is maybe they homies of the shit that they from pressing them, but they know that they not moving with that full gangster energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they like, man, I'm surprised this shit went good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, I got shit under control, man. And as soon as I said that, that's when all hell broke loose. And it's my homies fighting. It's my homies fighting. Nigga, one of my best friends from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Just, nigga, caused, total chaos. Nigga, it just go up. You know what I mean? And I'm standing there, like, looking at him like, fuck. And I gotta break all this shit up, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to say everything, but it was it got gangster. But
that's what this
you know, that was after that they wouldn't let me do nothing nowhere in LA. Like not even
so
for
you was
free.
blackballed for a minute.
Not even for free, bro. Like they wouldn't even put my name on a flyer for free. So it was like at least 2 years of that I couldn't do nothing. So you know, I didn't quit or nothing. I was pissed off though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, thought of other different, like, came up with different ways to market myself and build the audience. But that definitely set me back because I was just now starting to get into, you know, people coming, actual fans coming to fuck with me and see what it's about.
How did you start marketing yourself in a different way? You just...
It was just like dropping more music, more videos and shit. Like, so, you know, it was, yeah, just dropping music and more content and shit and just networking. You know what I'm saying? That's when I start going to New York and doing shows and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you had to leave that crowd behind when you're doing shows.
Yeah, and that was like, that's another like transition that niggas got to deal with that's artists. Like, especially if you're a gang banger member or whatever, like, it's, you know, you start with the homies and shit, but eventually, like, that shit got to narrow down because that's not... Like, our culture and lifestyle don't mix with, like, the growth of, like, legit business. You know what I mean?
Speak on it.
And it's not...
Speak on it.
And the thought process that we got, like, my thought process was fucked up, too. You know what I'm saying? The thought process that we got don't blend or mesh with it at all. You know what I mean? So, you do got to go through them growing pains.
Definitely.
This nigga acting funny. All that old shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you gotta ask yourself a question, like, what you in it for? Like, you in it to please...
What's best for you?
You in it to please niggas that's gonna keep you, like, in this same space, and then you eventually get to complaining about the game and saying it's fake and all this shit? Or are you really trying to grow and bring, and be something? Because, like, people that... It's gonna be homies that do understand, but it's gonna be a lot of niggas that don't. Right. And them the niggas that don't need to be there. Straight because, up. You know, everybody got to sacrifice at the end of the day. And, you know, if that mean, hey, y'all gonna have to sit a few out. And then, you know, when this shit get, I'm gonna be able to bring niggas back. Like, right now, I could bring niggas back. Right now, nigga, I know for sure, LA, I'm bringing out 2,500, 3,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Easy. And then the homies, we backstage chilling. You know what I mean? Or y'all could be in the crowd.
And it seemed like, you know, I went to one show and it was like your baby homies was there. And they seemed like they respected the position you in now. Wasn't nobody on no goofy dumb shit like no more. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it always been like that, but it's just hey man, you should have did this like that or that. Like nigga, you don't know shit about business. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Yeah, I had people like tell me some crazy. I was hollering at homies trying to, you know, I wanted my show to be called Stay Dangerous, but I shouldn't have put it in the group for all of us to talk about it, bro. They had some of the most craziest. Nella this, Nella no, what the fuck?
Nah, a lot of
you should have heard the names niggas was saying, dog.
A lot of conversations ain't meant for everybody because they
I had to learn that with that part. That's even, never again, homie.
That was even like when I was in the pen, like, and the second time I was there, it's like, nigga, I'm finna rap. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a project before I went in. You know what I mean? And, oh man, you ain't gonna rap nothing for us or nothing. Like, we wanna see if you tight. It's like, why do it matter if I'm tight to you? Like, even if you feel like I'm the best nigga, you not finna, like, purchase
check
no
for
merchandise.
yourself,
You're
nigga.
not finna come to no show. You gonna want to get in for free. Like you ain't got no connects for a nigga. Like you just want to criticize the shit and what do it come with? You know what I'm saying? So
that's good. That's
like,
good.
I'm more so focused on like, is the consumer gonna like it? I never went to the homie. What y'all think about this or feel about this? Because I know, like, nigga, y'all the homies. Y'all not the consumer. Y'all want to come in the back door with me. Y'all want me to give y'all this shit for free, which I understand that, and I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga ain't got time to be hung up with small shit.
Straight up. And more importantly, the vision is yours and it's not theirs.
Right.
They won't be able to see it, and God didn't give it to them to see. He gave it to you.
Exactly. So when I get it going, then y'all can understand what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But like niggas with no vision, like, nigga, why is you bringing your vision to niggas with no vision? And there's no shots at nobody, but this is the culture. Like, I was a nigga with no vision at the time. If a nigga would have told me some shit when I was hustling and all that, like, nigga, I sell dope, bro. I got these hoes. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, it been plenty times where I had the money and a nigga come to me. I could have bought a house on 111, like, next to my granny shit. And it's like, I was on dumb nigga shit. Like, I wasn't trying to hear it at the time. I thought I knew everything and ain't no shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I ain't know nothing but how to bail out.
100% true, dog. So look, first of all, this is a blue t-shirt. Genius as fuck, nigga. Genius than a motherfucker that a person I have on a black t-shirt or a red t-shirt, but this should say this is a blue t-shirt. How did you come up with that?
It's like the conversation that we've been having, bro. Perception, bro. Like, there's so many people telling me, like, oh, this ain't gonna work like this because this, that, and that. Or this ain't never gonna work. Or, nigga, I done had niggas that I was in business with trying to build and putting all my energy into it tell me, nigga, you think this shit gonna work? Nigga, this shit ain't finna make no fucking money, nigga. Woo, woo. Like, down talking to nigga.
Dead wrong.
Like, I don't know if that's like the way niggas try to control niggas. Like, kill a nigga whole confidence in order to try to control a nigga.
You questioning a nigga. Like,
yeah.
What's up with this
so
nigga?
It's like, I done been in like many scenarios where niggas got no vision. You know what I mean? So that's really all that was, and around that time I was going through that real heavy because, like, my heart is with my section. So it's like, nigga, I would much rather be doing business with y'all niggas and see y'all growing too.
Over anything.
But that ain't really
it
like,
can't happen like that though.
Yeah. Like, it may happen with somebody else somewhere in this country or something where, nigga, you run into like your homies that you grew up with and y'all connect. But majority of the time, that's not finna happen. Like, you know, you gotta get other people and shit that, you know, share the similar vision. Like, motherfucker told me, like, take the path of least resistance. And it's like, when I came in, I'm taking the path with the most resistance, thinking that, nigga, I'm G, nigga. Like, nigga, I could change everybody, but that ain't really how it works. So, you know, just going through a lot of just doubt from outside and, you know, a nigga always been a strong-minded motherfucker, so I never let somebody else doubts or like, you know, shit that they like insecure about or can't handle and
put them off of you.
Put it on me. I never accepted that baggage, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's what blue t-shirt was, perception. Like, nigga, I can make a way out of no way. A lot of people be like, oh, you a crip, so you got the red. No, it ain't nothing about none of that at all.
Businessman, homie.
Yeah, this straight, this art and it's a message to people, you know what I'm saying? So it was just basically like, you know, just making a way out of no way, like being against all odds and like whatever your vision is in life, like anybody, like niggas be having some crazy ideas that, you know, if they make them come to life, nigga, it's fucking game changing. You know what I'm saying?
Everything that's a $1 billion industry or some shit
all came from crazy.
Yes, it all came from my idea of a nigga putting it together and making this shit happen.
And it was nigga, you crazy. Why is you doing this? Go get a job. Go do this. Go do that. So that's what blue t-shirt is, like perception. Like your perception, like creates your reality. You know what I mean? That's what blue t-shirt is.
And I think how was how you got it, the lowercase letters, make it pop more like that.
Yeah, it took some months to even come up with like the right text, the right fonts,
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. What was the
while.
hiccups that you went through trying to get that from the ground to where it's at right
Bro,
now?
I was in transition with like my last company with the homies. Like we wasn't nowhere on the same page, like business wise and vision wise. Like I'm seeing something big and like it's just so much resistance. It's like damn, like what. Nigga, I'm not gonna be able to grow like this or get to where I want to go if niggas is steady bumping heads in a huddle.
They not, you know what I mean? They done push their way out of it, like, you know what I mean?
So I'm in transition from that, making a change from that. Like, all right, boom, it's time for me to go off on my own. Like, dealing with that, and then
have you had like situations with like the fabric not right or some shit?
Yeah, all that, bro. All that. Yeah, that's that's trial and error. It's just like dope, nigga. You go buy some shit, nigga. You go get 2 words, nigga, and this shit not whipping right. Like it's the same. It's the same thing, bro. Just a different game. You know what I'm saying? Except for this shit got life attached to it. It got a future attached to it.
Definitely.
But yeah, we was like, it took about 6 months. I got with a designer, and I'm paying all his bills. And around that time, I was signed. They wouldn't let me put out no music, so that shit going down. The homies think that a nigga like in a position that a nigga not. That shit weird. And I'm right here. I'm right here like just going down. Nigga had motherfucking, nigga, 3 brand new cars. Nigga, big ass house in Woodland Hills in the hills. Low key. Like, and all that shit was, oh, I gotta get this car back. I'm giving this car back. But I believed in the vision. Like, you know what I mean? I could have jumped back in the streets and did some street shit. I'd probably be in the feds or back in the pen right now. So I'm like, bro, I'm just finna thug it out. As long as I'm free, I'm good. I believe in this shit. I think this shit could change the game. So I'm paying the designer, nigga. I'm paying his rent, making sure he got somewhere to stay, paying my bills late. Next thing you know, nigga, I ain't got my house no more. I ain't got none of the cars. I had a shitload of clothes. I got nowhere to put it. Nigga, I'm down to, nigga, 3 pair of khakis. I gotta cut them off.
You know the crazy part about that? It seemed like when God bring you to your lowest, you can hear him the highest. Like, you hear him the most. And he'll bring you down to your lowest just so you can hear him and start depending on him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And then he'll take you to a better situation.
Yeah, for sure. So a nigga lost everything, boom, and that's why I'm like booming. And then I stepped away from the brand I created to create all this new shit. So it's like, nigga, all my friends and shit it's just chatter, oh, this nigga finna lose, it's over. I don't know why he did that.
Did you see a difference when you stepped away and did your own shit?
So it was like rough for a few months. And then it's like when I activated the shit, it was the best thing I ever did. That first weekend when I dropped Blue, I made more money in that weekend than I made through all them years total of doing the other shit. You know what I'm saying? That weekend I made more money than I made ever. You know what I'm saying? And then like now nigga like shit, buying property, you know what I'm saying?
Nip gave us
driving whatever the fuck I want. Like
Nip gave us the blueprint with the Crenshaw shit, man.
Yeah, Nip definitely the blueprint, bro. Like, and I learned a lot from bro too. You know what I'm saying? Like just on all type of different aspects. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You got a song with him, you and Nip, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Shit, he was working on Victory Lap, and he called me and shit. And he like, man, come fuck with me. Start pulling up on me, nigga. Like, nigga, just pull up. Nigga, don't be, you know what I mean? Don't be a stranger, basically. So I'm like, all right, nigga. I said, I'm finna get on your nerves then. He like, all right, pull up. So I'm just pulling up to the studio every day, hanging and shit, and just peeping the process and how he got everything set up and shit. And, like, I was over there for about a month, 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Bino was over there every day too. Bino, a few other artists and shit. You know what I mean? And this before we even got any really light like that. We buzzing a little bit. And I walked in one morning and it was like 9 in the morning. Like, you know, he an early bird. Like, so I mob in, boom, we chilling. They like cleaning up the studios because they had a big ass room with, Nip had one room, Mike and Keys had a room, and Mars had a room upstairs. Mm-hmm. So, you know, these is like real producers, like up in this motherfucker. So I learned from that. And they playing the beat and shit. Mike and Keys, I walk in on them, they playing the beat. I'm talking shit to them, you know. Everybody know I talk a gang of shit, so I'm talking shit. Then I go in the other room, they bring it to him. And I'm like, oh, this shit hard. I'm like, what's she saying? He said, she's saying Crenshaw. I said, okay, I just went back to relaxing. I said, I know he ain't gonna tell me to rap today on this, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
it's always today, nigga.
And then he just was like bubbled a few things, and then he got up, hit my D, like put stuff on this. With the booth came out quick as a motherfucker. And I'm like, I just walked in. Like, that was like, I ain't wrote no rap since then. I don't write
couple of takes, or did you do it one take, or like?
Yeah,
I've been in the booth sometime when like a big rapper around. It is kind of nerve wracking.
Yeah, I was in that motherfucker for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when I approach shit, I already know what I want to say. It's just, how do I get it out? You know what I mean? Definitely. I got plenty of shit to talk about. Like, I got 100 more albums in me and shit to talk about.
How do I put it in the song though? And have it rhyme and it sounded good.
And then I just, you know, went off of his shit, and then that shit just, you know, wrote itself.
One thing that I noticed about your earlier songs and shit, it seemed like some of the songs, like when you was rapping, it was like a lot of words.
Right.
And then like you switched it. Until it was like it was more simpler, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You wasn't rapping so fast.
And that's when that
it
shit
seemed like your shit like elevated.
That's when that shit grew.
Yeah.
So I noticed the difference. Like, I used to do shows, people was always had a draw, like it was an interest, you know what I'm saying? The nigga had a curl and the whole shit. So
Jerry bro,
the culture was like fucking with me and shit. Like, you know, intrigued by a nigga, by the story and everything. So I always had the audience, and I'll be doing shows, I'll be up there rapping. And motherfuckers want to rap with me and shit, but they don't know how to. And
catch it really.
Right. And I'm sitting in the lab with Ranch from 1500. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out this next run and shit. This like before, like I think right before 2021 when I just started going crazy. He like, bro, nigga, the most simplest shit in history and music, like just period, is the shit that go and the shit that move people. You know what I'm saying? And he was just explaining how a lot of artists is selfish. Like, they not giving the people nothing. They just concerned about what they want to do. You know what I mean? And he was like, bro, you need to make a song with 10, 15 words. You know what I mean? And see how well that do.
Yeah.
And then I did this joint. It still ain't came out, but it still sound like it's new. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it, but this is fucking 3 years old. It still sound the shit.
Music is timeless.
And the message behind it is like, it's super dope. Like, people would think it's one thing, but it's really something else. But I went in there and did that, and then like in my mind, it's like, how do you say more with less? You know what I mean? Like, I think the only nigga that could get busy with words and have motherfuckers do their thing, and even he break it down in parts, Kendrick. Like, Kendrick get busy, but then he got the spaced out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
even out.
Right, so it's like less is more. Now when I do shows, like, motherfuckers singing along the whole time. And I always wanted that, like, as an artist. You know what I mean?
You know, from that one show, I came with my daughter, we were backstage, bro. Every show that I've been to, bro, I just be looking like, bro, these niggas love you, dog. This motherfucker's all in the audience with your clothing shit on, all that shit, bro. You got a lot of love from LA right now. You one of the,
like that across the country.
You and Tiger is probably only people I know that was popping. And then, like, it kind of vanished for a minute, and then was able to come back, and it seemed like harder than what they were. You feel what I'm saying?
Stronger before.
Way fucking stronger.
Nigga getting 7-digit checks now.
Yeah. It's a difference now. Nigga really like eating off the shit. So are you signed right now, or what's going on with that situation?
So I got a deal through Empire, which is basically like a distribution deal, but I got label services. You know what I mean?
Distribution deal.
Yeah, they do everything that a label would do. for somebody, but you know, it's at a distribution rate, which is a 20% rate. You know what I'm saying? And I own all my shit.
What does that mean? A distribution rate? So they distribute your shit, and they fee is just 20%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 80-20. 80-20 distro. You know what I'm saying? And if for any reason, because my shit do numbers every month, like, hey guys, I need $500,000. I need 700,000.
Like upfront money, and yeah, do the shit.
I'm good for it because my shit streaming, and they gonna make their money back in 12 months or 15 months type shit.
So if you wanted to do that, do they put some type of something on that, like extra, like if you borrow the money or something like that? Do they put any type of interest on it, or they just give it to you straight out?
The interest is the 20% that they gonna collect. So my catalog is basically like a licensing deal. Like they got an exclusive license with my music, like 5-year terms. You know what I'm saying? So after they make their money back, like for 5 years, they gonna collect their 20%. So that's the interest. You know what I mean?
That's smooth.
Which is like fair exchange, no robbery. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing something for me, I'm doing something for y'all.
Definitely.
Like with most of these deals, like majority, because I started out with an indie deal, and like I learned how to operate a label. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need a PR. You know what I'm saying? You need a digital guy, and then you need like a strategic partner to help you out with like marketing and how to put the project together and get it to the people. Like do the most with independent, do the most with the least amount of money. So I already know how to put that together. And when I signed, like my whole structure like kind of like fell apart, because like actual real labels work a little different. They slow to pay. They they hesitant about everything. You know what I mean?
They don't drop your music as much.
Right.
Either.
And then like the actual business part of the shit is shitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like 85-15. You know what I mean? But the 15 is you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the 13, like, and they consider that a good deal. And then it's all these hidden fees.
Shit, like I'm like, man, what? They say Beyonce was getting 18%. I'm like,
exactly.
Hold on,
and then it's all these hidden fees to where you never go cut a profit, and it's like, all right, 85-15, right?
It's designed to keep you in debt.
Say for instance, they give you 100,000, and you make 100,000 back. You only made 15,000 back because you collecting out of your 15%. That 85 is theirs. You know what I'm saying? So you paying back out of your 15, and then it's all these hidden fees and shit. These deals is still like 1990, 2001 deals when it was CDs, so they still charge a distribution fees. You know what I'm saying? Which all you do now is upload shit. You take the project and somebody uploads it, clicks a button, and you still get distribution fees for that. And then it's all these other hidden fees and shit that they spending. Yeah. And then like don't let you be the darling of the label. Like, where, all right, man, we want to take you out to eat. We want you to do this. We want to take you here. We want to do this.
But
like, you get charged for all that shit, yeah. And, you'll never really know where you at. Like, they, it's clause damn near in every contract where you can only audit them, like, I think, like, once every fucking year or like twice during your deal. So you don't really know what you made or what they owe you, or you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta actually audit them to see where you really at. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, it's a predatory game, but at the end of the day, it's the game we playing. So, you gotta know how to play it best. Like a lot of motherfuckers be hitting me like, gee, what you do? Like, you selling dope, you doing this, you doing like, how you got money? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, nigga, I do playerized deals, so nigga, I don't gotta fucking do a billion streams. Like, in the last year and a half, I did 300 million streams. Well, it's more than that now. This was fucking 8 months ago when I gave you the plat. Yeah, so it's like, you gotta cover up for that, though. I ain't gotta do what the major nigga do, because I'm getting a large chunk of this shit, and then I'm like, all my other money comes to me. Like, ain't nobody else cutting in it. Like, I've been offered a deal before where it's like, all right, $50,000, we gonna own your image and likeness, We're gonna take 50% of your publishing, another 15% admin fee. So that's 65% of your publishing. We want 30% ancillary. You know what I mean? And it's like, nigga, you own me. Like, you own my image and like
merch.
Like, and at that time, I had the curl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done made like so much money off a t-shirt with my face on it. I wouldn't have been able to do that. And then it's like any other thing that I got, like movies, TV. Somebody want to use my music for movies, a show, all this.
Go to them.
30% of that, and then it's like you got management that want 20%. Then you got taxes and all that. Like, your manager end up with more money than you at the end of the day. You got all these different people to pay. So, you know, I be like aware of all that shit now too, because the last thing that I want to do in business, like I want to keep it fair with everybody, but like what I look like doing all this work. And then my manager got more money than me for just answering the fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga.
That's really all it is. You know what I mean? The people, when you get to a certain area and this shit, people are coming at your manager. Your manager ain't really got to find those shows for you. Exactly. None of that shit. They coming to you now. You feel what I'm saying? You really ain't like, doing shit.
And I don't even got a manager. Like, I ain't had a manager in years. Like, I remember, like, my manager I had, like, I'm like, look, bro, like, nigga, I'm about to represent myself, bro. Love you, appreciate everything you did. If any money plays come, nigga, you can make it happen and take yours off the top, but I'm finna represent myself and take my shit where I need it to be, because we done been in scenarios where it's like, tell them motherfuckers I want 100,000. Oh man, they just gave you 20, nigga. They ain't finna give you no 100.
Nigga, I told you to tell them I want 100K, nigga.
Right, nigga, mute. I go in there and talk and go walk out with 100. So it's like, all right, if I could do this and I could stand in these meetings in these boardrooms,
I don't need
and because it's not really like much that you need to know besides, nigga, I'm doing this. And nigga, this is the marketing plan. This is what I bring to the game. This is what I contribute. This, that, and the other. All right, now, nigga, y'all approve the budget. It's like basically conversations like that. Like, you don't need to go through a whole fucking college course and have a nigga standing next to you in order to make that happen. Like, you just need to know what you do. So, you know, I ain't had no manager. I got a strategic partner right now that like help me with everything. And it's like, nigga, I want to go to the moon. So he gonna sit there and be like, all right, we need to get this spaceship and this, that, and the other, and he gonna help me get there.
We go get to the moon.
Yeah, and I give him his cut. Like, we business partners now. It's like a nigga brings like value to the game and help me get somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Help me get my check from 30,000 nigga to fucking 700,000. You know what I mean? Like, and that's real life shit. Like.
How did the old dude, the manager or whatever, how did he feel when you, like, I gotta do my own thing? Did he take
it? Was mad, bro. Like, to this day, like, you telling him, man, don't bring that nigga over here. And I be hearing about it, but I don't say nothing about it. But at the end of the day, to me, it's like, it's all love, bro. Like, you helped me change, you helped me change my life. The shit that you did, you got paid for it. You never spent a dollar. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I would have thought that it would be, you know, understood. Like, a nigga, I'm trying to go somewhere. You know, I'm trying to go somewhere that you don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So in your situation, you got to take care of the studio time yourself, though, right? The money for that and shit.
I mean, I got my own studio. I got a studio in my house.
Way better to do it like that.
Yeah, I got a studio in my house and I got a portable. I just been paying for studio time recently. Like these last few nights, because I found the spot that I like, and you know, I'm in paying bro, but I'm about to build out. I'm looking for a spot right now in LA to build out to where, because it's a bigger thing now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And I need more creatives and more people around, so I gotta have a space in order to, you know, do what I'm trying to do. Because I'm not looking for a fucking couple 100,000. Like, I'm trying to get. My goal right now is 30 million, like independent, and it's beyond possible. Like, they just offered me 4 million the other day. Well, not the other day, it's been about a month now, and I'm like, nah.
But cool. is that signing a major deal, or is that with the situation in the better situation?
No, that's basically just like a licensing deal. Like, what they would do, I would take the 4 million and then they would take all my catalog and collect off of it until I make it back, and then something similar to Empire. And then when they make the 4 million back, then we get to breaking, like I get to get my cut again out of the profits. You know
That's crazy. Yeah, on my shit it said, would you sell your catalog? No.
Nah, I ain't selling my catalog unless it's like I said, like 30, 40, 50 million. Like,
it gotta be worth it.
Yeah.
It gotta be worth it.
And it's like I'm building it just so I can have that. That's why I drop so much and do so much, so I can have that ace in the hole to where it's like, alright, I may decide that I want to do something else with my life and be an investor of this to where I turn into a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because like rap not making no niggas no billions. You know what I mean? And then it's like
the
a
business outside of rap that's making them the money.
And it's like a handful of niggas that get 100 million off of their music. You know what I'm saying? But like even Jigga told me, like Emory Jones told me, like rap is the centerpiece. That's what make you cool, and that's what sparked these people interest to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it been a gang of businesses that I'm involved in and got equity in just for being me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. Hey, dog, you got your head on right, dog. You really making this shit happen. All right, so for example, right? Kendrick, he got a little L, right? Meek got his cousin. Is there somebody that in your squad that you just got that, like, G looking out for me?
Yeah,
G
straight. I ain't gotta do nothing. Yeah,
he good.
Like, Schnuck, G4. Like, them niggas ain't never gotta do shit. Like, if I got it, nigga, I'm finna look out and make sure they good. Like, nigga, they could fucking, it's definitely niggas that's like, I don't give a fuck what's going on, whatever you doing, nigga, you could fuck your whole life up, nigga, you still got me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The fuck up, you got me in your pocket. Okay. So hot shot, dog, the tape, the tour and all that.
Yeah.
Has Hot Shot took you to the next level?
Like Hot Shot got me booming right now,
like a motherfucker. And that's DJ Drama.
Drama, yeah. DJ Drama hosted it. When I went out there, I was supposed to show up with the project done, and I'm like I said, bro, I know what I want to say. I just gotta find the music and how to say it.
The beats, and like that shit. Yeah.
Like 90% of my projects these last few years. Like when I first started, it'd take me 6 months to put together a project. But now it's like, all right, I got a different process. I listen to a gang of classic music, you know what I'm saying, and just get ideas and a feeling. I listen to a gang of beats. And then when it's time to turn it in, like that 2 week span before that, that's when I knock out my project. You know what I mean? I don't fucking take a year, do a song here and do that. Like, I just live and shit and get the feeling and all that, and then, I tell my stories and all that.
Living and having shit to talk about,
right.
You know what I mean? So, making new experiences and memories.
I show up to Atlanta and Drama like, let me hear the project. And I have one song. And I said, I'm gonna have it done in 2 weeks though. And I'm pretty sure he like, nigga,
yeah,
alright.
Yeah.
2 weeks, I gave it to him. Alright, do your thing. Boom. And this was like, a lot of people saying it's like my best. Like this did like break me through on another level, but it ain't all the way there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely doing my shit on the independent with that.
That's one of the best mixtapes. I mean, I still like LA Summers though. You know what I mean? Like a motherfucker, I still buck that. But that's one of your best tapes right there, dog. That's what you're doing right now.
That's what people be saying.
That's
like,
doing it right now, dog.
And it's like I ain't really put too much. You know what I'm saying?
And to do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I put more into the other projects. LA Summers, Welcome to the Land. I did that in like 2 days. Fucking like LA Summers 2. I put more time into that project than Hot Shot. So. It's just like being comfortable and having a good time with the music. Like I don't really be like, nigga, I need a hit. This gotta be the big single. I just want shit that feel good that people gonna play on repeat. You know what I'm saying? That people could live with.
You got shit that nigga could play like at nighttime and shit and just vibe in the car like with that shit.
Yeah, that's why I come up with a lot of the shit in the car driving. Like how do this feel?
You could tell. You could tell. You could tell. So how many stops you had on that Hot Shot tour?
25.
Mm-hmm.
I missed like three of them because 3 or 4. I had a funeral to go to and missed 2. Like my girl mom died and shit, so I canceled 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I gotta make them dates back up, and then just other little personal shit. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go back and cause the tickets were sold, so I gotta make that right. I know a lot of people pissed off.
So is Hot Shot 2 in the makers? What's up?
Hot Shot 2 on the way. Hot Shot 2.
I hear that? Hot Shot 2 is on the way. Nigga, tell me the fuck yeah. So what's next for G Perico? What's next? What else going on? What's up?
Movies, more business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then just getting like more into like passion outside of the work and the music. Mm-hmm. A lot of people be like, man, what you do for fun? Like, shit, I enjoy working. Like, that's like, you know what I mean? That's my thing. Like, getting myself somewhere in life and just adding a broader future to my life. Like, that shit is exciting now because it is so long. Like, a nigga ain't had no future. And, like, my mindset was, like, fucked up at the time, but I thought it was super cool. Like, nigga, I'm gonna die right here in the hood, nigga. Woo, woo, nigga, just rock, nigga, right here. This, you know what I'm saying? So that was my mission. And now it's like, nigga, I like, you know, a nigga kind of cringed at death. Like, the other day, me and 211 riding. We on Manchester sliding, like, and I had to pick somebody up from the airport. And I'm like, damn, nigga, we all gotta die for
one day.
Like, and it was like before that, like before all this, it was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga, I'm ready to go right now. And it's like a nigga then created something, so now it's like I feel like I'm on a race against time. So, you know, as far as fun and shit, like it's fun for me to like, you know, create something to where nigga I live forever. Like, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Straight the fuck up.
But yeah, like, what's future though? Like, just more business, more music, these movies. You know what I mean? I want to get, like, shoot as many movies as I can before niggas start looking old and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, are you saying, like, are you going to reach out to big things? Are you going to be doing your own shit? Kind of like?
Both, like, being in movies. I was just in the underground film that just came out. It's cool.
Like
I did my shit.
Type.
Yeah. Yeah, I did my shit on there. And then I got a few scripts and shit. So I'm going to start filming my first movie that's for me.
You wrote the movie?
Co-wrote. So I'm filming my first film in August. We on schedule to film late August.
Big shit.
It's going to come out around holiday, just a short film. And then next year I got 2 movies on the schedule that we going to drop. Like, that's by me. That, you know, co-written or my guy wrote one. And then I'm going to, you know, just learn everything about that. Buying all the equipment and shit and just getting cracking on that. And also starring in movies. Like, I'm doing I gotta start getting in shape and gaining some weight and shit. Cause I'm doing Larry Davis, his biopic. I'm playing Larry Davis.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. That's big.
It's a nigga from New York that's so dope for the police. Killed a couple police. Got killed in jail. Yeah. I met the nigga that killed him in jail.
What?
Yeah. Crib nigga from New York. I met him when he got out. Nigga Blue Boy killed Larry Davis. In the pen.
Damn, how much time you have to do for that shit?
He did 30 years in jail, or 40 years. He went to jail in 1980, and then he just got out 2022, or 2022.
30 years is a lot, even for murder.
So that was 40 years. So he did 40, but he killed him inside the jail when he was already doing life. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, so that adds up now. Yeah. Like, that makes more sense.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I met him. And then I got the opportunity to play the nigga that he killed. That's crazy.
Ain't crazy how life works.
Yeah, so, you know, films, like I got a passion for cars and just building business. So, you know, that's what I'm going to be doing, like, in between, you know, to just keep the life going and, you know, keep my wheels from spinning to where I just burn myself out. You know what I mean?
Straight up, man. But there y'all have it, man. My boy G Perico came through, spit some knowledge for y'all, man. Go and look at that shit, study it. Fuck with my guy, whatever he got going on. He got a lot of shit going on, big shit, man. Follow him. Let them know where they can follow you at, bro.
You can follow me through the streets of Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? I may be in a Mercedes or old school. You know what I'm saying? Range Rover, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Straight like that, man. We out of here.